Hi. I wanted to make today's video how we came to this logo. I recently started a brand. It's called We Are Cool Creations. We're having really a lot of fun. And I want to show you guys how it went from literally this to this. So we're gonna go way back. I have a background in graphic design. I actually went to school in it. I dropped out. But I did learn graphic design 5 years ago. Part of my lore is that my best friend and I, in, what year was this? 2021, right after COVID, we started a juicing company. And this was our logo. March 24. This was a fucking graphic designer that I hired. God bless. Like, yeah, I didn't really necessarily, I wasn't obsessed with it. I didn't really have a vision. This is not necessarily something that I would do myself. So that went on for a while. And then we changed our logo to that. It was another one that he made, and that was something that we stuck with. And this was the posts that I created way back when in 2021. So when they say do shit bad, know where you come from. This is an off-brand create your now. No, I'm obsessed. She was just I'm gonna be really real with you. I took shit that I saw on Pinterest and I was like, we're gonna do this. But I had so much fun with the branding. As you can tell, we really fucking pop. Those who fucking know drinks for you fucking know drinks for you. We got Merkin Science, bitch. Let's fucking go. So this was the fucking lore. This is a little bit of my lore here. Then we decided to not, it was for production, we just couldn't keep it up. And I decided that I wanted to continue the brand and just make it, I didn't really know. I was just we're gonna go up the vibes. So we did a brand about nothing. And then I always literally joke that this is the best marketing, this is the best branding ever, because really nothing happened. Add claps in the background and cheers. Anyways, so this is the lure. So I went to graphic design school because I wanted to learn how to do graphic design, because I wasn't impressed by what I was paying people to do, and frankly I didn't want to pay people to do things for I was I can fucking do this, you know what I mean? So I went to school for it. And then I dropped out because I was very depressed. So I dropped out. I was very bored. I was okay, I got what I needed to get here. I dipped. Then I was I'm gonna freelance. It didn't work out. Anyways, all of this was brewing in the background, subconsciously, consciously, between then and now. We Are Cool Creation had so much life before this, and a lot of it was happening in the background. A lot of it was happening trial and error, just with me not understanding what I wanted it to be. I didn't understand. I thought it was gonna be an agency, a graphic design. I thought it was gonna be photography. It grew with me while I was finding myself, which is really beautiful. And that is something that's beautiful about branding, is that it really does evolve, personal brand. It does evolve with owners and whoever is a part of this brand. So the beginning, and you can really tell, I want to fucking really go back back here, because that wasn't even like the first thing. The original was this. This was the original. It was by Cynthia Gregorio, graphic design. Like, this is what I was like playing around with, like different forms of like art, whatever, guys. Like, I was very confused as to like which direction it was supposed to go in. I had like so many ideas. I didn't really understand myself. I didn't understand my style. I was getting somewhere because I knew I loved the colors, but I really struggled with having too many ideas and not knowing how to center them. Like, guys, at one point I literally wanted to put this on my business card. Like, I was so all worried. I didn't understand. So yeah, it went from this to what you see now. Let's see. Then that was this was like 2022 around. There was a vision. I can see there was a vision. You know what I mean? Like, this was my original thought. And anyone who really like has been there since the beginning remembers like the old business cards for like graphic design. And this is where Create Your Now kind of like came to life. Create Your Now was created while I was like doing, I used to do a lot of digital arts on my iPad, and I was just like doing some, like I was playing around with different like art, and I was playing around with like typography, and I was trying to figure out like this, like a name, like an artist name, like what can I, so I kept on writing like Sin, and I have like a little bit of like Sin has been like something that I didn't want to be called, because obviously like I don't want to be called Sin, but I feel like now Sin is really like reclaiming itself because it's like Create Your Now, and it's not so much like Sin, but that's my name, so I'm just gonna own it like what Hannah Montana did. She just fucking claimed it back rather than like pushing it away. I'm gonna open myself up to Sin. See, it just doesn't sound, it's not what I mean. Anyways, I know what it means. So then I found, also I was like writing Sin, and I was just like Create Your Now, and I was like, I had full body chills, like a lot of, like I can remember pivotal moments throughout the years where I was like just puzzle pieces, and then everything in between the puzzle pieces were just like trial and error. And that's essentially like what it is. Things didn't happen overnight. It took me a long time, one, to figure out how to get here. I had to learn a lot about myself. I had to die a million times. I had to get over myself a million times, because I'd hold myself back, or I was too afraid to do like the things that I had like the ideas to do. I didn't believe in myself, all of these things. So that was like one puzzle piece. So I was like, Create Your Now. Boom. Yeah, I remember the exact moment. I'm gonna like add a screenshot of like when I was like figuring out, I posted a story and I was like, what fonts, like this was 2023 again. Then I remembered the exact moment that I found this font, the Kula font by Taylor Penton. He has a font website and he creates his own fonts. I think he's based in like Hawaii. Anyways, really cool fonts. I love them. You have to pay, like they're paid fonts, but he like creates all, like, anyways, I really love this artist. And I found this font. And when I found this font, my whole body was like, oh, this is the font, because I always loved like something that looked handwritten, because it's like a sketch, like I write a lot, and I even like, my dream is to like make my handwriting a font. don't know how. Like, I have everything written out. I could ask. I have so many like graphic designer people in my circle. I can literally ask. I always forget. This is a reminder to ask people. Anyways, I always really loved like the font, whatever, and I just thought it was like cute, hula, it was fun. Yeah, this was like creator now in the flesh. I remember even this specific like artboard. I was at John's house and I was like trying to figure out like what is it? Like what do I like? Like what colors do I like? Do I like the greens? Do I like the yellows? Do I like the oranges? Like I was so confused. I don't know if you could tell, like it was everywhere. I had so much like services, join the now, graphic design, branding. Like I was just like throwing shit out. I was just throwing shit out. I was getting shit out of like, I didn't see it yet. It was like confusing. It was something that I always thought I could do. Like since high school, it was like, oh, marketing, like I'm gonna go into marketing. And so it was just like, so you can see how like We Are Cooler Creations really just went. And in this time, I was educating myself a lot about branding. Something, I'll link podcasts that really like pivoted me to the type of branding that I love. I've been doing social media marketing for people for a while, and it was just like about time that I'm like, I know how to make a fucking brand great. I know how to do it. I just need to give myself a chance to fucking do it. I felt like no one was ever giving me like a chance. Either like people only cared about like the views, or like they wanted to see results right away, or they did believe in me and I was just like, I hate it here. I don't like creating for other people. It's sucking the soul out of my life. So here we are. It's a story for another day though. So then it became this as well. This was when I was like, again, look at all these fucking colors, guys. Like I even wanted to create like creative journals. Like I do a lot of like days of the week type of things. This is probably for like another time. I'm really just giving like, we have no idea where this is going, but we are open to collaboration. That's still true. We still have no idea where it's going. We are here to bring fun to this playground. Truth. Kula is a brand that invites community. So I always knew, okay, so right. So I found this Kula. It was called Kula, the font. I found this Kula font and my whole body went into like chills and I was so excited. I remember like music was playing. I was literally sitting at my desk. And I did this logo. I guess I've been like fucking I was doing this shit for so long. My old version here. It was like this, right? It was just like a basic, this, Kula. And then I Googled like what Kula means, and it was like community. And I was like, girl, this is fucking it. Like this is it. Kula is it. So I was like, Kula. It's gonna be Kula, whatever. It was just like things were kind of like slowly putting together. And this was, let's see. This was 2024. March 29, 2024. A lot of things happened in March. So then in the meantime, I was, like I said, learning a lot about branding. I would like find any fucking like free shit, honestly, to like just like, I remember there was like this like free brand identity thing that people just like put on their website, guys. Like there are so many free resources. I'm gonna find shit for you. Like, and it was just like booklets. I remember one night I just printed out every free fucking shit and I was just like answering all the questions, like brand identity, brand values, the mission, the vision, the fucking, and then it was like I was doing the work, okay? And I think I can't find them. I think they're probably at my grandmother's house. I have to find them one day and like we can literally go through everything. It would be really fun. But I think a little bit of it is in here creation is life. And this was very much like what I was feeling in the moment. So a lot of things were like behind the scenes. I didn't post a lot of these things because I didn't understand the direction. Now I feel like I have a clear direction, but I was also a little bit afraid. It was just me like creating this like world of like what it meant for me. I guess like I needed to understand what Create Your Now was, what this was. Like, was this before or after I went to, because in the meantime I was like doing other stuff too, so this was always something like sometimes I'd take a break for a really long time. Creating thoughts, creating ideas, this idea that we create everything. Like I talk about this all the time. This is again another thing we're talking about branding. Just to say, now is that you get to choose the life you want to lead. I was just shooting out ideas. This was like the purpose. Like, this is crazy because you can tell by this purpose where I was in my life. This was like Cynthia's purpose. Our purpose is to evolve, to learn this business thing as we go, to create our now, to find balance in the merge of living and business. It's to inspire truth and beyond everything, to have fun. And this was very much obviously about me. Like, that was Cynthia's purpose at the time. And because my biggest like theme in life, all encompassing, is to find balance. Like, I have a tendency to really go to like different extremes, and I still do. Like, finding balance is never like always, you're always in balance. Finding balance is going to the extremes and learning what your equilibrium is. It's a muscle that needs to be practiced and always coming back to yourself, but there's times for everything. So it's really cool that like when I wrote this, I remember the exact, even like I posted a vlog like when I was like doing this. I have to go check it out, but I think it was called like Viha on my YouTube channel. That was like the era of like when things were like, oh my, like, I don't know, it was just like a moment for me. I couldn't like feel it, like I could see it, you know, on a trajectory, on a timeline. It's just like really beautiful. And we always are learning and evolving with this brand. Like, that is like foundation. This is like the foundation. This is like, remember why you started. So yeah, then it was in Create Your Now. It was like literally like I created a website. This was it. This was literally Create Your Now by Cynthia Gregorio. Kula was not yet created. When I was doing this design, this one, I wanted this kind of to be like the website design where there was like boxes and it was just like different categories, because the thing is that Create Your Now was Create Your Now was like the hub, and there were branches. Like, how do I take everything that I love and put it into one? How do I put branding? How do I put like all of these things? And it was always chaotic. It was always messy. It was always like hard to find just something to stick to. My whole, like, this has been a thing a whole life. So we've fucking grown still a little bit, like, but everything comes into balance eventually, into equilibrium, always, everything. So I was like doing my website one day and I wanted to create like a new website. Before it was by Cynthia Gregorio, and then Kula came around. I don't remember exactly like how it fully transitioned. I don't know why I wanted it to transition. I guess I really loved Kula, and then Kula is also John's grandmother's name, so I was like even more of a reason. I fucking love that queen. Anyway, so I guess I loved the idea of having like an artist name where Kula could now be like my alter ego in when I'm creating. I feel like Cynthia DeGroyo really has like, she's set in a certain way, and it was hard to sometimes like take her away from like the brand. It's me. Everyone knows me as Cynthia DeGroyo. For my past, present, future, like everyone will know me as Cynthia DeGroyo, and Cynthia DeGroyo is like the human. Kula is the star. And it was just like a way for me to like, my brother actually posted a YouTube video on how creating alter egos can be really beneficial and how a lot of really successful people do it. So I'm gonna save myself from trying to explain because he has a great way of explaining it. I will link it in my video. So yeah, we're at I'm at John's house. I'm like working on this brand, and I'm working on this, and I remember we were in his room and our friend Milana was there. They were like working on music together, and I was just like working on the thing, and I was like, what can I like, Kula wasn't like coming up, like Kula was always taken. I was looking at like an Instagram, like I just wanted it to be Kula. It would have been fucking iconic. Kula was always taken, whatever. And then John goes like, what if it's like We Are Kula Creation? And I was like full mind explosion, fucking fireworks, fucking orgasms, like volcanoes, splurge, like literally I was like, no, I'm obsessed. Like it's We Are Kula Creation. What a blessing. So thank you, John. Yeah, we fucking did that shit. So it became We Are Kula Creation. Period. Literally, I think this board was the day that we did it. Then we start cooking. I'm an artist now. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a brand. I love branding. I love marketing. I love creating, ultimately. That's what it is. I'm in love with creating. Creating really has saved me. Like, it's really been something that has enlightened my joy. And for that, I'm so fucking grateful for. And joy is something that I think that people are so afraid of feeling, which is like absurd, but I understand. There's this episode that Florence Givens, she talks about how the frequency of joy is something that we should always, not always, but we should fucking live to attain. And it's something that not everyone taps into all the time. And I definitely recommend you also watch that episode because she's fucking great. First of all, you should binge watch her. But joy is really something that I value as a feeling. I want to feel joy in my life. I've always just wanted to be happy. Like, there was a lot of periods in my life where I didn't feel that, and it was really, really hard. And then creating all of this like gave me an outlet. Gave me an outlet to create joy within myself and to really like change the framework of my mind. And it's just such a beautiful gift. Like, it made me feel so alive. It continues to make me feel alive. Like, it gives me genuine purpose, and that's all I fucking like ever wished for. I want to feel like I'm doing something meaningful. And in the world that we live in, like where we have social media, where we have like all of these resources in order to do the things that we love and be able to be seen in a way that artists probably never could have. And the resources of like learning things like so easily, like, I don't need to fucking go to school. Like, I love learning every single day. We have free podcasts, guys. There's like YouTube. Like, you can learn something new, and it just takes belief in oneself and to get over yourself and to get over your excuses. So creating really has been an amazing outlet for me. And when you come into yourself and you learn so much about yourself, you don't have to have yourself fully figured out, but you have to have this foundation of like self-belief and like knowing, connection, and then all you need is trust. And that's where we're at right now. It feels like it's just like, okay, like there's momentum. I've built momentum. Like we're at the part of the marathon where we're just like connected. And we're just riding. We're enjoying the view. Okay? I'm just trying to enjoy this part. Where was I? So then I remember last year, I was in Florida and I was again trying to figure out what the fuck is this We Are Cool Creations gonna be. And then I got this like download that it could potentially be like an art gallery. So I had this idea where different type of artists can use my platform in order to promote their art, and it could be like a hub for artists, because I know that not every, like, these are the things that I see on Instagram, guys. Like, I just take things that I see and I'm like, how can I find solutions to these things? Like, I love that shit. Like, that's why I love doing my workshops. I'm listening to the girlies, I'm listening to the boys, like, I'm listening to people's needs, and I want to create something that fulfills gaps in our community, that fills some gaps in the community, that fills some gaps on social media. Just whatever I can do. And I know I'm capable of it because we're doing it together. And I'm not doing it alone. And I don't feel like I'm doing it alone. So I want to fucking rise. And I want other people to feel fucking good too. I want to feel good and I want other people to feel good. And I feel joy and I want other people to feel joy. Why else are we fucking here? I don't want to gatekeep that shit. So I remember like walking with my brother and I was like just telling him my idea, like me and pitching all my business ideas to my brother. Like core, okay? This has been like literally like our trajectory. And he's really been someone in my life who's like given me a lot of like direction. So anywho, I remember talking to him about it and he was just like, we were just going back and forth with whatever. And that on that trip, I like then got this like knowing that I needed to go to Italy and I needed to just like gather, like I felt this like really strong calling to go to Italy. And it's so interesting that when you allow yourself to be open to these messages, how other things come from that. And then they start happening like one day after another. And it's so interesting how like puzzle pieces, and like sometimes you don't know. Like I was on the beach like crying, like, oh my god, I have to go to Italy. Like I was so scared. And it was like the best fucking trip, bro. Like why was I scared? It changed my life. You know what I mean? So that Italy trip was like me going to fucking learn art. What was the fucking hub? Like Leonardo da Vinci fucking walked those fucking streets, bro. Like Florence. I was on a mission to go to museums and understand what are the vibes of the museums. How can we elevate that shit? And how could I put that online? If I could put it online, what would happen? And at that point, I always wanted to do like workshops. So I have like Word documents full of like ideas of me writing shit down, like writing around, like journals of just like ideas of workshops, creative workshops, like workshops. The reason why I wanted to do workshops was literally to call in people to create with. Like I think artistry, like anything, entrepreneurship, being an artist, like it's like in the same bubble. You're doing things alone most of the time. It's not like you go to a job every day and you're seeing people, like you're surrounded by a community, you go to school and like you have people around you. Like artistry and entrepreneur, content creation, whatever, it's very isolating and you can feel like really alone. So to have a space where we can come together and just create together was like, for me, really important. And the moment that I just like allowed myself to just like, you know what, fuck up, why aren't I doing that shit? It was just like taking the leap. And it was like the best decision, one of the best decisions, like in that case, that I've ever made. And I can't wait to see how it evolves. I have so much to give you guys. Like, you don't understand. I have so much to give. Here we are now. We Are Cool at Creation became this. And the thing is that it's so interesting how the moment you let go, I had taken a video, I don't know if I posted it on my TikTok, but I had taken a video and it was like, I used to not be able to create for myself. Every time I had to create something, as when I was in graphic design school, every time I had to create something, it was an existential crisis. Like, my teachers would literally be like, Cynthia, this is fucking amazing. I'd be like, no, it's shit. No, it's shit. I hate it. I don't know what to do. Like, it was always like overthinking. Period. I was always like overthinking everything. Like, it was just so stressful to create all the time. And that was like why for a really long time I would just like hide my art, because I just never had like the confidence. Even if when I was doing it, I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. I love doing this so much. Like, I didn't understand that translates. And it was like something that I'm like literally putting out there. Like, if I'm creating it from joy, like, why wouldn't it give people joy? You know what I mean? If it's bringing me joy, it's gonna bring someone else joy. And it was essentially a long road to detach from myself when creating. It's not about me. Your art is not about you. You're creating. You're essentially a channel. You're merely a vessel. And you're just either open to receive ideas or not. And there's no difference between me and you in terms of like, we could have the same idea. And the only difference between you and I is that one of us is going to choose to entertain that idea. And it's a radio. That's all it is. Everyone is capable of it. It's whether you want to align to the frequency that radio is tuned into. How you want to live your life, essentially. Like, for me, it's been like creativity needs to be like an embodiment of my human. Like, I need to transform. I need to like purge. Like, I need to clear, always clear, because when I'm stuck, then the creation cannot flow through me. And this logo was a fucking testimony of, I love the shit that I create because it's not about me. Like, these things take me 2 seconds to fucking do. And I see the growth of like, I'm not even gonna overthink this shit. If I'm doing it, there's a fucking reason. Just trust it. It could change. The logo could change. We could fucking rebrand whenever we want. But it's like, if something as silly as design is what's gonna stop me from like just doing the things that I fucking love, that I want to do, that's absurd. That is absurd thing. As little as, oh, I don't have technique. The technique that I imagine myself to have in like 5 years gonna stop me from painting. How the fuck are you ever gonna gain that technique? If because my technique is not as good as I know it could be, the reason why I'm not putting out my art is absurd, because it is what it is now. And like, to be able to witness the journey of evolution is a fucking blessing. So to that, don't sleep on yourself. Put that shit out even if it's bad. Put that shit out even if it's bad. Literally, like, having this conversation with my mentor, and she was like, what differentiates successful people and like talent has actually nothing to do with it, because there are fucking talented people around me. I've seen people paint like fucking masterpieces and no one even knows about them, and that allowed me to get in my mind of like, wow, these people are fucking amazing artists and I'm like mediocre, quite frankly. Like, I'm just saying it how it is compared to it. If like a professional of an art person would be like, this person has no technique, she has no idea what she's doing, whatever, compared to like the shit that like, but if that's gonna be the reason that I don't do something, it's a calling. And when I came to the awareness and just like I allowed that to really settle, I was like, I can no longer resist this, guys, because then it gets stuck in your body and you're miserable and you're just angry at people for no reason because you're just not doing the things that you love. When you're doing things that you love, it's like literally like you're having really good sex every day. Like, it just has a way of making you really happy. So this is our logo today, and I fucking love it. Like, my mom was really someone that I like. She was someone in my life, well, she is someone in my life that appreciates art. Like, she always took me to like art exhibits when I was younger. She's not like an art connoisseur like me. We're not art connoisseurs. Like, we can't fucking tell you about everything during the Renaissance, but we can tell you, wow, that's like really beautiful, and the way that it makes us feel, whether it's like nice or not nice. You know what I mean? But like through our own lens. But she was always someone that like really encouraged play in my life. And she always told me, like, you can do anything you want to do, just do fucking something. So we kept on seeing these colors. Like, we talked about these colors, we're like, oh my god, like, love these colors so much. And then everywhere she would go, she'd be like, I can't stop seeing these colors. And I was like, okay, I love these colors. Like, I'm obsessed with this color combo. And it's literally like the crown and the root. Oh, and then just to say how interesting life is when you just like allow things to happen. My last workshop, we did spirit animals, and the reason that I wanted to do spirit animals is because there are a lot of spirit animals that came to me through this brand. And I went through like a phase, honestly still kind of a phase, but I haven't done it in a while. Maybe I should do it, but maybe it's like innate in me. Anywho, there was like a period where I kind of like didn't, like, I was being called literally to do nothing. Like, it was literally just like meditate and like let Kula come to you. Like, I really had to connect to this energy of Kula. And like, I would try to like do things and like nothing was happening. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna try to force it. So I would like just sit, feel the energy of like who Kula is. And like a lot of it is sitting and creating that space to connect with like, who is it? Who is she? She was like this pulsing, like, she was just like waiting to be born. And it's quite hard to explain, to be really honest, without sounding like, so a lot of it honestly was like just meditating and coming deeper within myself and connecting to the brand and feeling the people that I was like gonna be connecting with. Even when I was like alone doing it, I always felt people, a community. I always felt people supporting me. I knew that they were out there. I still know that they're out there. I know that there are so much more people that want to be a part of this vision with me. And it's like continuing to hold that. There are so many times where literally I just like sit and I allow myself to like feel the energy of everyone who supports me, and like Kula and like art and their creativity. And like, I literally like, it's like feeling that feeling of so much like deep love and honor that I'm actually doing this. It's like, I already, honestly guys, like I walk around and I'm like, I fucking made it. Like, sometimes when I walk around and I look like a bum, I'm like, this is so like higher self Cynthia. This was always me. But like, I was like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. Like, I really do feel like, anyways, we did this animal workshop. And the reason why I wanted to do this workshop is because a lot of animals came to me And like in my Peru trip last year, so many animals used to come to me, and I feel like the one that was like the strongest, that I think as like the most symbol for weird creation, is the flamingo. And the reason why I wanted to do an animal workshop was so that whatever people wanted to create in their lives, they can connect to this animal. And when they're not feeling calibrated, they can tap into this. What does this animal represent? So I got this like vision of a flamenco in Peru, and I kind of just like forgot about it. Like I wrote it down in my journal, but then I just like never thought about it again. And recently John and I were having this conversation about like, I don't know if it was Peru or like just like animals in general, like spirit animals. And we both have like a lot of like connection with spirit animals. And I was like watching the show, and they said like the wisdom of a flamingo, and it like I had like a what like moment, and then I went like, why is that saying? Like I've never heard that saying before. And so I googled again flamingo, and it was literally like, guys, I'm just gonna pull it up like, because I do flamenco meaning. Oops. What does a flamenco? Okay. Flamenco symbolizes balance, vibrant beauty, romance, and individuality, often representing the confidence to stand out and the grace to navigate life's changes. These birds represent social connection and cooperate due to their flocking nature, community based, while also embodying joy, passion, and the ability to find harmony in chaotic situations. Bruh. And I literally always stand like a flamingo. Like I'm always standing like that. Working to get community, devotion. Guys, if you've been paying attention to me, you know. You literally know. Flamenco is like our spirit animal in We Are Cool Creation. And when I was doing the workshop, I don't know if it was like Loretta or Dan, I don't remember, someone said like, oh my god, even like the colors of your logo are like a flamenco. And I was like, girl, like just like little synchronicities. And that day I pulled out an oracle card, and it was like, trust the magic. And this is the proof. It's like trusting the magic of creation, rather than us using like our minds. Create with our heart. Like literally, like the way I created this was I put on music that I vibe to, and I just started cooking. I was having fun. I was laughing with myself. Like I was just having a good fucking time. And this is the energy that I create things in. Even when I'm feeling like in my feels, it becomes like an outlet for me to just like meditate. Like no matter what. Like I used to, like the reason why I stopped doing drinks for you personally, not only did we just kind of like, we were going in different directions and it just like wasn't gonna work out. It felt like I couldn't upkeep the brand of wellness when I didn't feel that way. So I completely stopped, because I was like, I'm not this person. I'm not just like a fucking girl who always drinks juices, goes to the gym all the time. No, I was doing drugs. I was drinking every weekend. I was like fucking, but I didn't want to create a brand only revolving around this idea of wellness. I didn't feel like it was authentic to me. The beauty of like how I'm seeing it now is that it evolves with me. And the only way that I can create something is that if I'm feeling it. So it's so beautiful that I get to like evolve with it, with people who are involved in also the community, and it's just gonna grow with me. Creation never has to die. And this is like a branch out of Drinks for You. For some reason, it feels like it was like always for you. All the time. It's literally always for you. It was always about community. It was always about getting people together. It was like the reason why me and my best friend literally started that fucking, like, before we started the drinks, we got our bartending license because we wanted to create like a fucking like app. It was called Lapre, guys. One day I'm gonna get her on the fucking pod and we're gonna talk about it. Like, it was after COVID and we wanted fucking to party again. We're like, we need to get people like Lapre, like after COVID. And it was like the after party. I was like, let's create this like energy again. But it was like like we were 21 years old, guys. Like, we just wanted to make cool merch and party. Like, we didn't want to organize shit, but we really went to the lengths of like designing and like really, like, we really loved doing it. And I think it was such like a pivotal point in both of our like creative endeavors in our lives, in our entrepreneurial journeys, because we learned so much about not only working together but just like creating something and creating a brand and like what worked and what didn't. So and starting a business. So, and the power of community. So essentially it was always for you. So for those of you who even like remember that shit, you're really, really OG. And I'm glad that like you're still here. But if you're new, this is We Are Cool Creation. This is We Are Cool Creation. In my fucking room, this is where the magic happens. Like, this is We Are Cool Creation, guys. Like, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's like things that like you have questions that I missed, if you want things that are like more niche. I really love talking about these things. Like, this is really something that fucking ignites my soul. I love talking about design and creating and branding and what it does for me and others. I'm sure there's like so many things, like I'm like already thinking there's so many things that I haven't said, but it's okay. We don't have to talk about everything in the first sitting. But I'm really happy that I get to share this with everyone, and so that you get like a little background about like how it's created. Because if you see and people who are just seeing this for the first time and thinking maybe like, oh wow, like look at her go, like thanks, but it didn't happen overnight. It took so long, guys. You saw the dates. It took so long to get to this point, and I still have like not scratched the surface. There's still so much things that I know that I need to evolve into, and I want to grow into, who I want to grow into, what like that I need to learn. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to share the journey, and YouTube is like a really great outlet to express it in long form. So if you haven't, like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more about the behind the scenes of how We Are Cool Creation was created, and will continue to be created. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for being, just simply being. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.